The thing which broke my relationship with my mother is that she was an alcoholic. I'm originally from Joburg. My mother was a hairdresser, so as a hairdresser, you don't really have a fixed time. You work night shift, you work morning shift. There's not really a set time. So I couldn't spend time with my mother. And to be honest, I didn't really know my mother as a home figure. Like, I didn't know what TV show she liked. I didn't know her home habits. I expected her to be father, best friend, mother, and all these other roles. But unfortunately, I didn't meet my father. My mother was around 4 months, 5 months pregnant when my father passed away. Ever since I could picture my mother, she's always had the bottle. There were times where I wanted to talk to her or I wanted to express myself, and I realized that I couldn't express myself or no one can hear me because she's drunk. I felt like that doesn't need to be your escape. Your escape can be your kids. Your escape can be adventure. The reason why I never asked or questioned it was because I loved her regardless of she was an alcoholic or she was a drug addict. I could see her heart through all the substance. So in South Africa, we call it matric dance. I'm panicking because I wanted to look like Leonardo DiCaprio. I wanted to look like the Great Gatsby. And I remember my mother just being so cool and so calm about preparing for my special night. She provided everything for me, and it just showed me she goes all the way. She goes all the way for her children. It was the end of matric, and I remember like everybody telling me they're going to UJ, to Wits, to all these universities, and I just remember standing there saying, I actually don't know what I want to do with my life. I wanted to go to my mother and say, what is the plan? Or what's going to happen to me? Do you have money for university? So my mother lived in a township, and in this township, people don't go to university, people don't reach their potential. And I just remember being at that age and I said, I don't want to become my mother. I don't want to become part of this community. I'm from it, but I don't want to be in it. She didn't say it with her words, but then she says, I can't provide you money for university. I can't provide you this world which you're imagining. One of the reasons why I moved to Cape Town is because I wanted to find my potential. I wanted to find my purpose. She was sad the fact that she didn't have time to spend with her son. Like, Toko's a grown boy now. He's a grown man. He might fail wherever he's going, and mom might not be a part of that. It was last year, normal day for me. I was going to gym. I remember going back home, preparing for work. My phone rang. I literally stood for 10 minutes crying. I remember going to work and pretending everything's normal, that my mother hasn't passed away. I didn't even tell my boss. It was such a sad day for me because I asked myself, is it worth it now? Is working worth it now? I say that because I was working towards building my mother house. I was working towards taking myself to university. I know I come from a broken family, a broken home, but where I'm going is not going to be broken. My parents will be proud that this 23-year-old boy isn't thinking about when is the next beer. This boy is thinking about when is the next global summit, when is the next leadership summit. I work for a medical company which does point of care, and it's so special to me because the community which my mother is from is that they didn't have that. When my mother was drunk, I'd look for an escape, like running away or going to my grandmother's house. And what I'd change about being this broken relationship would be being more present, being more a friend to her than anything else. One of the questions which still stick out today is it still worth it? Is living still worth it? Well, my answer now is yes, it's worth it.